Pakistan is doubling down on the expulsion of undocumented and illegal Afghan nationals. The fallout is extending well beyond the border. Hira Mustafa filed this report for CNA from Islamabad.
25-year-old Shayan Khan was born and raised in Pakistan after his father fled Afghanistan during the Soviet invasion in 1979. We have concealed his real name and identity at his request. Like millions of Afghans escaping the conflict, Shayan's family crossed the border seeking refuge and has lived in Pakistan ever since. But after the latest repatriation crackdown, his legal papers have been revoked and he is now an illegal immigrant. Today, Shayan lives on the outskirts of Islamabad with his Pakistani wife and their young son. He says being forced to return to his father's homeland would mean starting over in a country he barely knows.
तो जब से ये इशू शुरू हुआ है तो फिर हमें बेचना पड़ा इसको। आपको पता है फिर साइड पे हो गए क्योंकि मार्केटों में भी पुलिस घूम रही थी हर जगह पे पकड़ने के लिए, तो थोड़ा सेफ हो गए कि यार पकड़े ना जाएं, क्योंकि आपको पता है वहाँ पे हमारा कुछ है नहीं, पैदाइश सब यहाँ की है। अब वहाँ पे जाएंगे, वहाँ पे दोबारा कारोबार पता नहीं होगा, और आपको पता है वहाँ पे पढ़ाई के क्या हालात हैं आजकल।
Like many Afghans caught up in the repatriation drive, Shayan says the fear of arrest drove him into hiding. He says he is forced to seek work in the shadow economy despite having a university degree.
अभी हम ये है दिहाड़ियाँ कर रहे हैं, हालांकि ग्रेजुएटेड हैं लेकिन फिर भी धूपों में हथौड़े वगैरह मार रहे हैं, वो भी छुप के। क्यों? कि फैमिली का पेट भी तो पालना है।
Thousands of cross-border Pashtun families like Shayan's now find themselves caught in the worsening ties between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Pakistani authorities have stepped up efforts to deport undocumented and illegal Afghan nationals under the 2023 Illegal Foreigners Repatriation Plan. Authorities accuse Afghanistan's Taliban-led government of failing to curb militant groups such as the Pakistan Taliban, TTP, that Islamabad says are launching attacks from within Afghan territory. It's a charge that Kabul denies. According to the International Organization for Migration, since 2023, more than 2.5 million Afghan nationals have returned to Afghanistan. Some cross-border families are pushing back, and the courts have become their last hope of staying together. But legal experts say their chances of success are slim.
That although courts in Pakistan do accept these petitions, but so far we have seen that they just adjourn the hearings without giving a clear-cut verdict or providing relief to our clients.
The latest crisis erupted in June when Pakistan ordered airstrikes on what it called militant hideouts in Afghanistan in response to an attack on Pakistani security forces in Peshawar. The clashes injured dozens on both sides of the border and shattered months of uneasy peace. But analysts say forcing the deportation of Afghans who have long settled in Pakistan may be counterproductive for Islamabad in the long term, as it makes them vulnerable to terrorist recruitment.
When they go back to Afghanistan, they are also considered as outsiders. And if there are no job opportunities, no social welfare, naturally you're going to see these individuals being the perfect fodder for not only, I would say, TTP, but for other terrorist entities, Al-Qaeda, ISKP, because they are able to provide, huge salaries to these individuals.
For more than 4 decades, Pakistan has hosted one of the world's largest populations of Afghan refugees. As relations between Islamabad and Kabul continue to deteriorate, it is ordinary families who pay the price. The crisis has also carried an economic toll. Businesses on both sides of the border are struggling after bilateral trade was suspended in October 2025, the longest disruption in recent memory. Analysts have urged a return to dialogue, saying that lasting peace needs to be brokered fast before the conflict builds into a prolonged war. For CNA, I'm Hira Mustafa in Islamabad.